So today, you're gonna animate your name. So it just says students will animate their first name in GIF format. Okay, let me show you an example how it's done. So you guys will, you can add extra stuff to it. Simple animation will do it, but try to make it more appealing. Okay. So let's say I want to animate my name. So you know the animation goes from frame to frame. So each frame, like imagine frame, and then what you want to see on the second frame, you have to like imagine that. If it's like a moving person, you should relocate him on the frame, the second frame. For example, you have a stickman on the left side of the screen. When it goes to the second frame, you have to have it moved already, right, on the second frame, because it's going to the second frame. So on each frame, you have to relocate it. So that's how it works. Now for your name, we can make an animation like your one letter at a time showing up. So starts with first letter, then adding the second along with first, and then the third and fourth and so on. Something like that. Okay. Now, please add a layer and then have your first letter. You can use a brush tool. You can use any possible tool. Just make a letter. I want to stick to a brush tool. Pick a color. For instance, let it be black color. Okay. Now it's gonna be letter R. So I'm gonna do it partially. Okay, that's the first layer. Then I'm gonna add another one. This is second. On the second, oh, actually, you can't add a layer, guys. So what do we do instead? So we have the layer. This first layer has this line, right? I want to continue drawing letter R. So if I make a cut, if I add a layer, it's gonna look like this. It is lagging. Let me see. So if I add a layer, on the second layer, I'm not gonna have anything, but I want to keep the same line on the second layer, right? So what am I supposed to do in this case? I'm supposed to duplicate the same layer. So you see this layer? I will just duplicate it and then just continue drawing. So you see, if I disable the first layer, I still have that line. So duplication, you duplicate. Then add the remaining part of the letter. So this is R for my first name. Okay. And then you're gonna again duplicate the layer. And then you continue drawing. So on the third layer, I'm gonna add part of letter U. And then duplicate again. Yeah. And then just finish the U, letter U. It is very laggy today. Here. And then you make another layer. You draw partial S. And then you draw another layer. I mean, duplicate another layer. And then you finish your S. So it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different layers just to write first 3 layers of my name. Okay, but it can be done differently. You can have one letter in each layer as well. I'm just doing it this way. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer one more time. And I'm going to add letter T. So it seems like my name will not fit. And one more layer, I'll just cut it short. And then head of the T, it is lagging. Here, there, and then one more time here. Okay, let it be like this. Now you know what to do after that. So you have all your layers. you can still make some changes. You can add a background color to every layer. For example, layer 1, I want to add a background color. I pick the color first. Then I'm going to use fill and bucket tool, which is here. Hold down this, and then just color it. You see, it's the first layer. Second layer, you also can color to a different color. I don't know. You can keep the same color. Trying to make it look different. Um, Following the second layer. There we go. Okay. And then so on. All right. So these are my layers. So going from layer to layer will make it animate. Now, to do before we save as a GIF, what do we do? We need to make it into a frame. It's not a frame yet, right? It's just a layer. Because if you don't make it into a frame, it's not going to be animated. Now, to animate it, to make it into a frame, we're going to go to layers, animations, and then make frames. But before that, I did something. I need to do something before I make frames. Who's gonna tell me? What am I supposed to do? So I'm gonna click on make frame, but it's gonna make only one layer frame. I want to make all of them a frame. So what do I do? I need to select all of them, right? Multiple selection. Use control, right, Joshua? Control. Hold down control key and then select all the layers like this because you want to make them frame all at once. So layer, animation, and make frame. Now, underscore A underscore has been added to all. We don't need this background. You can delete it if you want. Okay. Now, when you do layer, no, when we do export as GIF, see, yeah. So it's zoomed in. You can zoom out. Okay, like this. Yeah, something like that. So there is no colors on the remaining layers. That's why there's no colors. I just try to cut it short. Okay, you can change the quality. If you let's say you're gonna use it in a mobile application, you can change the keep the same quality, and then you can also change the speed. So if you make it faster, it's gonna animate faster. So you are able to make those adjustments before you save it. Name it so that you can easily find it later. Name GIF, let's say, and then click on save. Yeah. All right, and it's gonna be saved in your Google Drive.